So he just came here to get that fixed? We're doing collision work now, or what?
Well, since it's here, the Jeep Gladiator's had a lot of work done to it.
Definitely got to beef it up.
We're gonna give it some style that you can't buy out of a catalog. That's the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Right? Karate Kid bumper. I love the Ranger. We're gonna do some stuff to this that nobody's ever even seen. Build a custom camper for the back of this.
Okay.
You gotta make something for all sizes and shapes, but when it comes to building something that's custom, you make it fit to you. Perfect.
Oh my God! That is badass! Oh my God!
I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas Metal.
What's up, man? You taking this thing out for the weekend?
Yeah, man, I'm ready. It's a nice day today. It's time to go have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
I bought a Polaris Ranger not too long ago, and the idea is for everybody to be able to use it, have fun with it, but riding around stock just isn't cutting it. Going out to the off-road park and just seeing all the crazy side-by-sides out there, it's just like custom cars around here. It's a whole nother world. Man, you take this out there, I mean, you have fun, but you're like, damn, look at that cool, look at that cool, and you feel so insignificant. We can't have that, man.
No.
If it's gonna represent Ekstensive out somewhere, we can't have it stock.
All right, dude, this was coming.
There's a lot of stuff I want to do to this. Of course, lift it. Of course, big wheels and tires, control arms, bumpers, front and back. The aftermarket accessories for this is pretty much unlimited. So there's a lot of stuff that we don't have to make.
Not gonna be hard to find the parts for this.
No, but we're gonna do some stuff to this that nobody has, nobody sells, and nobody's ever even seen. If we're gonna do something to it, we're gonna come with it. I love the Ranger, but it just looks too squished and tall. So one of the first things we're gonna do is chop the top. Give it the roof line that smooth, cleaner look. Lay the windshield back a little bit and drop it down. But I want that roof line to continue, so I'm thinking build a custom camper for the back of this.
Ooh, a camper shell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to fill it full of subs.
That'll get the attention.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a UTV with a camper on it. So I'm thinking back to my old days when I used to have a little S10 with the snug top on it, thinking that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna build one. Not only that, something I've never ever even seen or heard on a side-by-side, I want to dance in bed. Like old school mini truck dance in bed on a side-by-side.
See, now we're going back to my California roots right here.
You know, way back in history, back in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, the rave was in the mini truck scene was having a dance in bed. And if you don't know what that is, it is the bed of a truck that's been cut out and modified where actually hydraulics actuate the bed back and forth. And it looks like the bed is actually dancing on the back of the truck. This is gonna be crazy. Crazy. If we're gonna do it, let's do it.
You know, there was a bet to see how long it was gonna take before this thing got taken to the next levels. It didn't take long, so I'm gonna go tell the wife I won some money now.
Ha. Just the past decade or so, the side-by-side world is just went crazy. People spend more money on their side-by-side than they do their car. Everything that you can buy online, you're gonna see out there. It's nothing to see a side-by-side with $100,000 in it. You know, it's unbelievable. Anytime you build something that looks cool, it's always good for business. We've been setting the trend for years with automotive scene, and with the bar set really high, everybody already thinks, oh, I've been there, done that, seen that. Well, we're gonna prove that they haven't. We're gonna show them something that's really, really cool and make people think, dang, I need that, and they know where to come when they see it.
All right, tell me it's time. It doesn't fit in the parking lot, it's too stock.
Man, riding around on a bone stock vehicle just isn't cool.
That ain't you, man.
No. I want to build something that just everybody else is like, damn, did you see that? And just be talking about it from now on. That's what I want to turn this into. We're about to have a whole bunch of parts come in for this, so get ready. Crazy wheels and tires, air suspension, and we're gonna, of course, paint it. That's the only color I could get is just white, but it don't matter. This is something we just gotta do it. One of the first things we're gonna do is drop the roof line down. 4 inches is about borderline how much we can get away with. So I want you to take out the seats, seat belts, and the mesh doors. Take all that off so we can start chopping this. We can cut this off here and here. We'll make something a little cooler for that. Get the doors on it. Leveling it all up is gonna take a minute. I'm gonna take the bed off, tilt it up to get it out of the way. Then we can start cutting. We got everything lined up, all level. Wow. Everything's straight. We got a good foundation. We know when we take this off, it's not going anywhere. Let's pull these off. Okay. Take these over back to the table. Okay. Clean off all the weld. And then we can slip those pieces right back down in the tube.
Nice. It's loose.
Got it.
All right, go ahead and cut out the back now, huh? Come on. All right.
Probably get it pretty good and then just split it.
Yeah, peel it off.
Yeah.
Come in, Bill. Cut this off. And this right here slides into this tube. What I'm doing is cutting the weld off, and then I'm gonna split it. Then I can work the metal back and forth, and the weld will break. Nice. So we'll have this bung right here to be able to put right back on and re-weld it once we clean the weld off of it. Now for the front part, the windshield. Once we bring it down 4 inches, it's gonna change the pitch slightly. You can't just drop it down because this will be over where it needs to be. So that's why I'm cutting it in 2 places. That's our 3 pieces.
You get that bar?
Yeah.
Ready? Got yours
1,
in?
2, 3.
Put this top piece in, and then we'll make that fit.
Do one side at a time.
Nice.
That's way better. Way better already.
A lot better proportions. Cut a little bit of that out. Yeah.
Bit of welding.
I think we're ready, man. I'm really happy with how the roof looks. You get back and look at it, and it looks like it's factory. It should have been that way. You know, it looked really tall, really out of proportion before, which I understand.
Riding the line on that side.
You got to make something for all sizes and shapes for whoever's behind the wheel, but when it comes to building something that's custom, you make it fit to you. Perfect. It's our first custom part for the side-by-side, and I'm always happy with that. Hell yeah. There's 2 best parts of any build. One being the end, when it's all put together. And the other part, the beginning, You know, when you're turning that thought that's in your head down into metal. And this time, that's that camper shell for the 2023 Polaris. Now that the roof line's all established, we can start on the camper. We got chipboard up front here, so I know how we're gonna attach it to the front of the bed. I ordered a window online. We ordered it pretty much to the tailgate, so the opening lines up with the tailgate itself. Just kind of want to get back, look, see where the angle of the window needs to be in relation to everything else.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
And then we'll see how high the back of it needs to be. I have the front of the camper laid out with a cutout in the front of it, so when the bed lifts up, you can see all the speakers pointing at you. What up, man?
What up?
You know we're building that camper for the back of the side-by-side, so we got to have a place to put all those subs in the back, right? Here's the measurements I took, and this is the radius I want for the top. And I want to build it all out of 1/8" aluminum. And I'll bring the window over here for you.
So we're finally gonna customize that thing?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think
mean,
everybody's been waiting for this, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time with it, man. We're all take it out and just go crazy with it.
Yeah, can't wait, man. So now I'm just drawing out the camper bed for the side-by-side, which is gonna have a bunch of speakers, and there's gonna be dancing. The side-by-side's been here for a while, you know, we go to the park, we take it out, but it's been stock, and when you go out there, you'll see a bunch of four-wheelers, all lifted, customized. I think it's gonna be fun now that we're gonna customize the side-by-side, and it's gonna represent, you know, the shop itself. Usually when we do a build, it's for a customer, and it goes home with the customer, so you don't ever get to see it again. With the side-by-side, we'll be able to show it off, and we'll be able to use it ourselves at the mud park.
Cool. Nice.
Jesse, as always, did a great job burning it out. It's exactly what I wanted. So the next step on this is I'm gonna bend a 90 over and then a 90 down. So the front of this has a lip to sit on the front and fasten it to the bed itself. When it's up dancing around, it ain't going anywhere. Looking real good.
I like it already. And taking this thing out to the mud park, you know, I'm really looking forward to that. You see a lot of different things there, but you ain't gonna see this. Like it?
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
What's up, Greg?
How you doing, man?
Hey,
Good
good
to see
morning.
you, man.
Good
to
morning.
see ya.
You know, I've known Greg for a while. He's our steel guy. So anytime I need any kind of steel, that's who I call. Man, the old Jeep's looking real good, man. I love the stance of it, man. Little 40s on it, too.
Yeah. I put the 40s on it, chrome moly axles, re-geared, upper and lower control arms, pretty much everything I can do that I can bolt onto it, I've done. You know, I like Jeeps, and the Gladiator is a truck. I love it, man. I've always been a truck guy. I need a truck bed. I actually use my truck, and I'm hauling stuff and projects, and you know, I'm going to mud parks every weekend. I love the look of the Gladiator.
You take it off-road, too,
I
huh?
do. I'm in the mud parks on weekends selling steel, and you know, these ATV guys are building the side-by-sides like you built your giant one. I'd love to see yours out there one day.
Yeah. So what are you doing in this area, man? I know we got plenty of steel from you.
I want to show you a little ding I got in the back there.
What'd you do?
Well, I got rear-ended.
Oh, man.
kind of knocked my back bumper out of whack, and you know, the bed's a little jacked up, but I don't think it's not nothing you can't handle.
Well, let's check it out. Oh, man. Yeah, you got it a little bit.
Just heartbreaking. Didn't have too many scratches or dings on it, and then all of a sudden, here it is.
That's how it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, of course, as soon as you get your car looking right, you're feeling good, driving around, you know it's looking good, you crash right into. Man, Greg, it is twisted up a little bit, huh? It looks like the whole bed's racked a little bit, too. I mean, the damage isn't that bad, but it looks like it's out of square.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bed's side wrinkled up. It'd be best to just go ahead and throw a new bed on it.
I like that.
You know, the good thing about getting rear-ended, something like this, is you don't have to go back with that factory plastic bumper. Since you're here, it's time to maybe get a little custom. Let's just upgrade a little bit. Let's go with a cool, sleek-looking, all-metal bumper where It's gonna give you a little bit more protection than that plastic.
I think that's a great idea. If I get rear-ended again, I'd rather have them bounce off and smash the truck in.
Exactly. I noticed you pulling in too that there's a 6-inch lift on here with the 40s. You know, it has the factory 4-link on it, but once you lift it that high, you're pivoting on the 4-link mounts, so it scoots that wheel way far forward in the fender well.
I see it every time I look at it.
Yeah, for sure, man. We could build a new 4-link bars, scoot the wheel back, and center it back up in the fender well again. That'd be a huge improvement.
I like it. I like it.
I noticed that front bumper, too.
Looks like a big old mustache up there, doesn't it?
Let's go check it out. That looks mean coming at you, man.
You know, I put a steel one on the front. I bought a big, wide, heavy one, put it on there because I figured if there was gonna be any impacts done, it'd be by me in the front.
Right.
I didn't think about the back.
There's a couple things we could do to it to make it a little
yeah?
cooler.
Yeah.
We could give you a little bit more clearance of the wheels, you know, when you're turning, climbing up and down.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we can make it look a little cooler, give you a little bit more room, and make it custom at the same time.
I love your thinking, Bill. Them big old 40-inch tires need a little room.
Yeah, right? And then, you know, it looks like we could probably get this whole chunk of metal out of the way. Let's make your truck one of one, you know, just by modifying what's here. Make this bumper look even meaner.
I think it'd look pretty mean coming at you after that.
That would really set off the front of it. It looks real good, but we'll make it look even better.
I'm excited.
You know, you can't go anywhere on the road without seeing a Jeep. And there's a lot of people trying to set their Jeep apart from everyone else's with everything you can buy online. But when a Jeep like that comes into this property, we're gonna get our hands on it and just give it some style that you can't buy out of a catalog. The Jeep Gladiator's had a lot of work done to it, but not really a lot of custom work done to it. So we're gonna get our hands on it, we're gonna get him hooked up, and we're gonna put some custom touches on it, some extensive custom touches from front to back. And that way, when he's on the road, there won't be another one like it.
Man, Ryan, look at this dude. This is kind of rough.
I'm glad it's your job and not mine, though. So. Sir, what's up, bud?
Well, got a little problem right here.
Yeah, we can see.
It's never good when a vehicle gets into an accident. But in this instance, it gives us the opportunity to wake the 22 Jeep Gladiator all the way up. Well, that's what he originally brought it in for. But this is our buddy's, you know, Greg delivers our steel.
Right on.
This is his personal truck, so you got to get him hooked up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it isn't just this little damage right here. If you really start to look at it, Pat, the whole bed side is wrinkled.
Yeah.
And wrinkles in the bed floor itself, so.
Gotcha. So we probably were talking about replacing the whole bed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pull this off, let's find a new bed, spray it, and bolt it right back on. No body work.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case this ever happens again, we'll put a bumper on it that's a little more substantial than this plastic, right?
So he just came here to get that fixed? We're doing collision work now, or what?
Well, since it's here,
Yeah.
the thing looks great, man. It's got a good stance to it. The wheels and tires look good on it. You know, he's bought everything he could possibly buy on the internet and bolted it on.
Yeah, he got a bunch of add-ons on.
But, you know, we need to raise the front up a little bit more for him to get it a little more level, look a little better. It's a little low in the front.
Yeah, for sure.
And with the lift that he has on there, you know, the arc of the factory 4-link has brought the wheelbase closer together. So the wheel's not centered in the fender well. So we're just gonna make a new 4-link. Well, Pat, you get a couple guys from the body shop, go ahead and remove the bumper, remove the bed, then we can start on the 4-link. Let's do it.
All right.
We're gonna put a more beefier bumper on it. First, we're gonna get the tailgate off, tail lights, everything dismantled. We're gonna start with the bumper, Basically, we're gonna get into it, see where it goes from there. I think we got everything detached, and I believe we're ready to get it off.
Rinky-dink links.
When the Jeep was lifted up to where it's at now, the axle moved forward. It followed that plane of the factory 4-link, scooted the wheels all the way forward. So we're gonna replace the factory 4-link with some longer ones that Ryan and Art are gonna make.
Since the wheel is not centered in the wheel well of the bed, we already have our brackets and everything there. So instead of remaking everything, all we're gonna do is make 4 adjustable arms that can adjust out whatever we want it to be.
Definitely got to beef it up.
So now that we got the links off of the truck, got a little piece of scrap metal, kind of clean it up a little bit, get these tabs here. And this is going to be our jig for our links. That way we can put this here, bolt it up, just as if you're throwing it on the truck. And then we can tack these here. Once we get those tacked in, we can bust this apart, and we'll just use the same exact tabs here on this side, and then we'll just add tabs here for this guy right here. That way we're not using 2 different pieces of metal, and it's all consolidated.
And voila, we now have a jig made for both sizes of the 4 links that we're about to make. Made to fit on each one. Just run a bolt through it and it's gonna slide in perfect.
Is that a left hand? Having the double adjustment here with the left and the right hand heims, we can turn this pipe once it's welded together and it can grow, and we can get the rear end aligned with the center of the wheel well. So we got the measurements for the DOM, and we can get Arthur to cut that stuff. We'll get it over here and get it tacked in.
All right, I just got done cutting the first piece for the 4-link that we're making on this Jeep. It is 1.5 inches in ID with a 1/4 inch thick wall. Just look at this thing. It's a lot thicker, super stronger. Take more of a beating than the part that's on there right now. Now that I got my new 4 links made, I'm gonna go clean them up and make them look nice and shiny.
So as you can see, got our heims in, got our DOM cut. It's all in place. It's tight, doesn't move. It's level with the 2x3 right here, so I'm gonna put some little small tacks on there. All right, now I got all of them tacked. They're all fit together, everything looks good. We'll leave this one in the jig, we can weld it out. We'll weld all the rest of them, send them off, get them powder coated.
Front end on the 2022 Jeep Gladiator just wasn't looking right. It was a little bit lower in the front and higher in the back. So we're gonna make it level and put some pucks in and raise that front up just a little bit.
No, I mean, it's not gonna be too bad. We'll bolt the shock and do the sway bar.
All that'll drop far enough.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about that one. It's probably gonna max out on the
On the drag link, yeah. Wow, so that's tight.
So in order to get our spacers up in here, we need to take the shock out, this sway bar, and then it'll allow all this to drop a little bit further. So we're able to access this little pocket up in here.
Pick it up and see what happens, y'all.
All right.
Man.
Feels like it just stuck right there, like it wants to come up. No.
You want to put spring compressors on it?
Yeah, there's some in that drawer right there. We're gonna have to get them. We've got it all busted apart and raised all the way up, and this is still coming up with the truck. So we're gonna have to use these spring compressors and pull this springle down a little bit further. That way we're able to get it out of the pocket up here. Why are you so scared of that thing?
Because it's like a time bomb, like a ticking one.
Nah, man, it ain't going nowhere. It's wedged in there. It's got so much pressure on it, there's no way. You can hit that with a hammer right now. It will not.
I'm gonna let you do that.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Uh-huh.
Rubber isolator?
Our rubber isolator is gonna stay on the spring, like so. Then we got our 1-inch spacer here, and then our 1/2 inch, which makes 1.5 inches.
Boom.
We got 1 1/2, 1.5 inches, put them together, it's science.
Yeah. All right. Right on, right on.
Right on.
Help me pull this bumper off real quick?
Originally, I thought we were just gonna customize the front bumper on the Jeep. But the more I look at it, it's too ugly to say.
Come on.
There's no flowing lines on it whatsoever, so bingo. I just want to scrap the old bumper, and I want to build something that looks a little more mean, but still a little more free-flowing also. We're gonna cut off the frame some and scoot it back far as we can. Weld a 1/4 inch plate all the way against the front of the frame, something that we can bolt the winch to, and to be able to bolt the bumper to as well. Now I can get some chipboard and kind of see what we got. Once that's established, we can bend some 1/8 inch plate and go from there. That'll work.
That's about it,
Now
huh?
we just got to figure out how to make that look good. You know, I kind of got an idea how I want the bumper to look, but just kind of making a quick little template out of chipboard. Then when you get it just right, transfer it over to metal, and then you can build the puzzle. You know, we chopped the light down to give him a little more room here, but it just looks too empty, too open. So we're gonna get a little bit farther behind schedule and make it cool at the same time. I wanna build the bumper all the way up to the bottom side of the light, but still give him a lot of ground clearance. Cut that all the way off of the cut-off wheel real quick.
All right.
And the only way to build something like this is to the vehicle. This way you can see what's up, what the next piece is. I mean, this is just the most efficient, easiest, best way to do something like this. Quick little spin. All right. That's good.
The top's pretty good, huh?
Close enough. That's what we need, man. We'll get this part set, cut, tacked in, get it caught up on that side. Yeah, that's the Karate Kid.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there you go. Karate
Kid bumper. When you have a gap that you're trying to fill in, you know, sometimes using a wire feed, you hit the trigger and the wire goes past beyond the metal that you're working with. A cool little trick is putting copper behind it. You can weld that gap all the way up and just break the copper right off, and it keeps everything right where you want it to be. We got the size and shape for the camper all established on the 2023 Polaris Ranger. We got her front, we got her back, got the slope, so I got the measurements for the roof. Next step, we're gonna bend it. pretty cool to get to see the roof about to go on here. I mean, it's definitely a critical stage to make everything nice and square and straight so we don't have a lot of problems later. We're gonna tech screw everything just so we know everything lines up nice and right. We definitely don't want to look like it's already been tipped over. We want to make sure it's all straight. You got to make sure everything is on point, everything's square, everything's lined up perfectly. I think the next thing we'll do is shape the corners here. Little compound curve right here. That little compound curve is probably going to be the hardest part of all of this. So what we're going to do is just cut out a piece so we can make a radius. I'll mark the bends out on this piece of chipboard. So now I'm going to transfer those measurements over to my metal by rounding the template. Good?
I'm right on the line.
Let me go a little bit more.
Actually pretty good.
Cool, it's looking real good. You know, this fits the radius of the cage itself. And that's what I wanted, a little slope down in the back to give it a little more style to it. So we got a nice, perfect little seam here to weld because we need it super strong, man, because there's going to be a lot of bass inside here. It's going to be shaking everything. So every little piece we put on, just get a little more excited about getting across that finish line and making something really cool. We're getting really close, man. You can really start to see how everything's coming together on the 23 Polaris Ranger. We got our top radius, got our back radius. So the next thing we're gonna do is make the two side pieces. You know, one that caps the top rail here and goes all the way down to the side. One bends on the side here, so it keeps everything nice and straight. So when you're welding it, it's just not gonna bow and buckle. It has that nice, clean, crisp edge on it. It makes everything super strong. The last piece for Jesse, so we'll go get that done. That's it, man. All right, thank you. There's gonna be a lot of vibration in here, not only going down a trail or through mud holes, but from all the subs that are gonna be in there. There's gonna be a ton of stereo, that and the side-to-side movement of the dancing beds. This is gonna be put through the test for sure. So we wanna make sure it's super strong and we're not gonna have any problems down the future of anything cracking.
Jesse's working on our side piece right now. So I need to go ahead and start filling in this radius right here. It's compound radius because I'm rolling this way and I'm rolling this way. So I have an arch and a radius going in. So I'm gonna take my nice piece of sheet metal right here, put it in the roller, get it rolled. Once I do that, then I can start rolling this edge. So, you know, when making a piece like this, you got to kind of feel it out, see what your metal's doing, how your metal's working, and just kind of adjust on the fly. You're not going to do it just a certain way. Every little bend and radius and corner is always different, so there's many different techniques, and I've gone with the Plimmission hammer. Well, the reason I do it this way is because it makes a lot of noise and irritates everybody in the shop. So after running the Plimmission hammer, I'll dolly it out a little bit, cut it down to size. What you got now? So it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, but in the end, you won't even know all the work that went on that one little corner.
You know, last little piece, well, last big piece, it looks simple, just to bend some sides and put in place, but there's a lot of room for error on that. So you got to check, double check, triple check to make sure it's 100%. So that's what I'm doing, just laying everything out, measuring, coming back, laying out, measuring, laying out. It should fit right in, and we're only doing this one time. Then the camper will be complete. Jaime, we got a camper.
I see.
It's like perfectly even with the roof. got a little slant back.
It just flows because the front kind of kicks down too, so it looks like it's perfect.
It's way more work than I thought it was gonna be.
I know, right?
The custom camper is just one of the first parts of this build. From here, we're gonna go with the little old school mini truck flavor, like making a dancing bed. We put it upside down right there. We're gonna bring the right team in to do that. We're gonna add rear steer, bumper, paint, interior, stereo, speaker, lights. But as it sits right now, it's already really, really cool. I'm definitely getting excited. There won't be another one like it anywhere, much less the mud part.
All right, so we're working on a Jeep Gladiator. The reason why we have this bed here is because the other one got wrecked. So instead of fixing the dents and all that, we thought, hey, might as well get a new bed. One big problem, this color is not the same as the vehicle. So what we have to do is change the color and color match it to the vehicle so it can all look perfect like if nothing ever happened. The reason I take off the fenders off of the bed is because you have this, and some people try to cut corners and maybe just leave the fender on and try to make sure that you get as much paint as you want inside. But what we're gonna do is paint here, get paint there, and get it done right. I'm gonna sand it, get this green off, then we're gonna prep it, get it in the booth, and get the actual right color on it.
With the busy shop getting even busier, we got a lot of new faces. Patrick came all the way from Mississippi, and I'm glad we got him as a new painter.
Edgar is done prepping the bed, so now the next step is to seal it. That's actually to turn the green bed into a red bed. We go in, we mix our sealer, because without that, it won't dry, it won't adhere. Second step is the base coat. We're gonna do a spray out to make sure the color is the same. Now after the spray out, we'll go and check it with the vehicle, make sure it's the proper color. Actually looks pretty proper. So what we're gonna do, get the bed sprayed, 3 or 4 coats of base, tack between coats, then we move on to the clear process. It's crucial when you're mixing your clear coat because you want to mix it just right so it'll dry at the proper time. 3 or 4 coats of clear, same steps, tack between coats. We actually have a red bed that actually matches the Jeep. Well, I started painting model cars, bicycles back in the day. I actually started in my backyard. My father built a shop just so I could continue. Years later, I bought my own property, built my own shop. So basically started from the backyard, kept inspiring myself. That's my passion of painting. When you first see a vehicle, the color is the first thing you see. I take normal colors, make them a lot more intense. It's very exciting to me. I like taking a vehicle and giving it attitude. We get to take something new, tear it apart, make something better out of it. I actually get to bring them back to life. So it's like being a big kid again. This is actually something I would like to pass on to my kids. I have an 18-year-old son and a 4-year-old son, and I'm looking forward to those guys actually coming into this. Maybe they could be a whole lot better than I am, which is gonna be rough, but hopefully they can be better than I am.
The Jeep Gladiator was pretty beat up after getting in an accident. But that just gave us the opportunity to make it really cool and custom. You know, the aftermarket bumper that was on here just isn't gonna cut it. So we're gonna go with a fabricated metal bumper that'll hold up a lot better.
It's gonna really add to the look that, you know, he's going for. It's gonna add to the beefiness of the rear to match the front. You know, we got everything going on up front and just, there was nothing back here, stock bumper. So this is really gonna be a good look for him. A little less stock and more custom, right up our alley.
One more right there.
We got it back down on the ground. It's on the wheel and tires. You can see the links have moved it back exactly where we wanted it, center of the bed here in the wheel well. Time to clean it up and we'll give Greg his truck back.
We're not typically a collision repair shop, but if fender buyers need some help, we're definitely gonna help them out, and then some. What's happening, Greg?
You all right?
How you doing, man?
Hanging in there, but waiting.
Definitely the perfect opportunity to bring him over to the custom world.
Me getting rear-ended in that accident looks like it could have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, we're about to see. You ready to check it out?
I am, man.
All right, Ryan, come on with it.
Oh, my God. Bill, you knocked it out of the park, buddy. That is badass. Oh, my God. Dent's gone. Hey, I thought you were just going to scuff it up, throw a little paint on it, and stick it back on there
No,
for me,
man, come on.
Oh, my gosh. That is phenomenal.
What you think, man?
How you doing, brother?
What'd you think?
Oh, hell of a job, man. I never in a million years thought it would come back to me like this.
Man, we had to get you hooked up. I mean, you always take care of us, whatever we need, so I want to return the favor. You got a little crashed up. I mean, the whole bed was actually racked. It would just taken way too long to repair it. We just got you another bed, color matched it, bolted it right on.
The bed came out beautiful, new lights on it, bumper on it, looks amazing.
It had a plastic bumper on it too, so you didn't have very much protection. You had to put something a little bit more substantial in case that ever happened again.
They're gonna bounce off that big boy.
Yeah, they are, man, for sure. Great looking truck, had a good stance, but once you lifted it, you know, with that short factory four-link, the wheels moved a little more forward. So what we did is made a brand new four-link and scooted the wheels back center of the fender well. It looks cool under there, and it definitely serves its purpose.
Made a style for me.
Oh, yeah, man, that thing will be able to handle anything you throw at it now. Big DOM arms and the big Heims and all that stuff, plus centering it looks great and handle great.
No
good.
problem.
Phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
Man, we got one other thing for you too, man.
More?
Yeah.
A little something, something up front.
Let's see it.
Check it out.
Oh, wow, guys. It doesn't even look like the same truck anymore.
Well, good, because I definitely didn't like that front bumper.
Yeah,
Looked like it had a mustache, didn't it?
You wanted a little bit more ground clearance. You wanted a little bit more tire clearance. And we talked about chopping that bumper that you had on there. And man, after thinking about it, looking at it, it just wasn't gonna look cool. So what we did is just took the old bumper off and pushed that winch as far back as we could in the frame, made new brackets, cut the frame off, gave you 6 more inches right there in the front. We just took a piece of 1/8 inch material and just started chopping it up. That's 25 pieces of metal
Wow.
right there, all welded, bent together to form that bumper.
The whole front of the truck looks like one piece now.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing.
You ain't gonna find that on the internet.
I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody in the shop. They did an amazing job. I can't thank you guys enough. I can't wait to get the truck out in the mud park and go have some fun.
So you liking it?
I love it. I love it, man. Hang on. Every time I've seen you build a truck like, did you jump my truck?
Well, we haven't, you know, really broke it in yet.
Yeah, you showed up too early.